Hello and welcome to the channel. Today I'm on my way up to a motorcycle dealership. I'm going to take a look at a Yamaha Tracer that I quite fancied the look of.
I love everything about this bike that I've got at the moment. I've got this MT09. It's a 2014 ABS. I love the riding position, I love the sound of it, I love the power of it. Every time I go out on it, it just makes me feel good, puts a smile on my face. I just wish it was a bit more practical, so I could do a little bit more on it if I wanted to go out for a tour. The tank capacity on this is 15 litres. I'm going to look at a Tracer, which has a tank capacity of 18 litres. You probably get, I don't know, 170 up to maybe 200 miles per tank. I get somewhere between 90 and 130 on this, depending how I ride it. I'm usually quite sensible. The speedo reads over on this a little bit. It's about 5 to 6 miles an hour over. I like this bike, I just wish it was a bit more practical. So I'm looking for a bit more wind protection, a bigger tank capacity, and the ability to carry some luggage, panniers or maybe something under the seat. And this isn't very good for pillion either. I'm not sure what the Tracers are like. I don't carry a pillion often, I'd just like to have that option there. Just as I'd like to have the option to go out on a tour if I wanted to. I don't go touring that often, maybe once a year, but perhaps that's because I've got this bike that I don't instigate a tour. I don't really consider it. If I had a different bike, maybe I would. Something that was a bit more capable, a bit more practical. I went down to the south of France on a Honda Blackbird a few years ago. I put some panniers on the back of it and I had a tank bag. But because I wasn't taking a pillion anyway, I just ended up strapping the tank bag to the rear seat. It was a very capable bike, very fast, very powerful, very smooth. But throughout the whole journey I was just wishing I had something a bit more comfortable that wasn't leant over. I wanted an upright riding position. No, I don't think I'm going to trade this one in just yet. As I said, I love everything about it, the flickability, the sound, the position. I love the look of it. I love the way it looks. So I don't think I'm going to trade it in just yet. If I do buy the Tracer, I'll have them both together, and I will eventually sell one of them. I did the same thing when I had my Honda Blackbird. I had that for a couple of years, and I was looking for something with a different riding position, something a bit more comfortable. I bought several other bikes and I sold them all and kept the Honda Blackbird. I had a Suzuki Bandit 1200. Small tank range on that one for me. Handling wasn't that good for me. Maybe the suspension was shot on mine. It was an older one. It was a 96 1200N with the half fairing on the front. I also had a Virago 1100, a Yamaha Virago 1100. They had quite high miles, well, relatively high miles I suppose, 30 something thousand. But I was really surprised. I took that out on the motorway, it was so comfortable, and the way it handled and went around bends, it was amazing, very surprising. I bought that actually for my brother to come over and ride from Canada, and shortly after he'd gone back to Canada I sold that again. I also had a Honda Fireblade, the 954. It was a 2002. That was a superb machine. So light it felt like a mountain bike. Handled amazing. Very fast. But I think because I also had the Blackbird, it felt quite down on torque. When people review these bikes, you know, it does depend on where they come from, I suppose. Which bike you've ridden previously. Going from a Honda Blackbird to a 954 Fireblade, you'll definitely feel a difference in torque, definitely feel a loss in torque. The reason I'm coming up here to look at the bike is I've never actually sat on one, and the seat height is around about 20 milli taller than this one. So I'm not sure how I'm going to fare with that. I'm 5'8" with a 30-inch inseam. I'm quite comfortable on this bike. I can easily get my feet flat on the floor. I think the other thing that puts me off slightly with this 2017 model is that it's got panniers on it. I'm not sure if I'm going to like the look of the bike once the panniers are removed. There's a lot of scaffolding and framework there, so we'll see. Very nice area this, over Rivington. So I'm on B mode at the moment. This thing still absolutely flies. It's not necessarily a low power mode. It just makes the turns of the throttle less sensitive. So to sum up then, the first bike, the green one, I can quite easily get me probably on the balls of my feet on that one. So it's not too bad, I can quite easily manage that. I like the feel of the bike, I like the look of the bike. But that one was just a little bit untidy. The other one that I took a look at was 6 months older. That was a 66 reg, but it had a lot less miles on it. It was a much cleaner bike, but it was £300 dearer. Care for side panniers regarding touring, and I thought, well, if I did buy that bike with the side panniers on it, then I would have taken them off and put a back box on, which wouldn't have cost me any more money because I'd have got, you know, the extra cash for the back box from selling the side ones. Whereas the second bike, that had the back box on it, which is what I wanted, but it was just a bit dearer. So I'm going to go home and see what else is about, work some figures out, and see if that is the one that I want or not. I don't think I'll go home on the motorway, I'll go home down the A roads, much nicer. It's absolutely beautiful on corners, this bike. So it's nice to have a bike that can give you a bit of excitement now and again when you twist the throttle and you ride that torque wave. Got little butterflies in your stomach. But it's also good just to take it easy and ride it slow. I've put this one into B mode. I usually ride around in standard. I've put it into B mode. It's much more smoother when I'm going around bends, when I'm travelling slower, when I need a much more minute adjustment of the throttle, let's say. Once again, thank you for watching. See you next time.